You might hear me double. That's because I'm visiting Dragon. Anyway, speaking of, hello everyone. I am Zeb. I am the DM, and I am the purveyor of chaos, which there has been a lot of today. We also have Malachi, who plays Igroth. There's our nice little dragonborn. Actually, I don't think he's very little. Anyways, we have Zephyr playing Lucius, our
Hello.
detective. We have Mahes playing Akron, who has so far killed someone or something each session. We have Yumi playing Fyodor. He's a good kid.
Very good kid.
Yes. And of course, last but not least, since Fyodor is here, we have Dragon playing Misty. Our to quote Airhead Ganassi. Woo. So, who here would like to regale everyone about last session's
Oh, I'm gonna be right back. As soon as while you guys are doing that.
shenanigans?
Well, I remember half of them canonically, so
That is true. That is very true.
I mean, Akron had a really good summary of the events and what fucking happened. I'd say Maha should do the recap.
Hey, sure, why not? Last time on D&D Shenanigans, after facing off the strange, not quite werewolf-like creature, and getting information as to what was causing it to appear in the town, the party decided to do some investigating about the town. Found a woman who had been murdered in her home. Ended up talking with the ghost, finding out that somebody had come in and stolen the idol. Wrote their name out for Misty, Theodore, and Akron, who Akron promptly went to find said person and then murder them. The party attempted to stop Akron murdering them. Akron ended up murdering them anyway. The party got pissed off with Akron, but continued on because we needed to return the idol to the ritual site. Managed to do so, while narrowly missing finding another key point of information I won't touch on because nobody found it. Idol was returned. Lucius lost consciousness and then lost his memories. And we are resuming with us having just gotten back to the town and everybody basically taking a rest for the rest of the evening.
Indeed.
I believe that's the recap.
That's a pretty good one.
Man, thank goodness somebody fucking remembers what fucking happens. I swear to God.
I hope this has all been very, very enlightening. So, I believe a good place to start would be the morning. Technically, should be. I'm gonna leave it most to this one. So, if I remember correctly, Igroth was out guarding the carriage. Means that he did not get a proper night's rest. And Misty was staying up all night tending to Lucius. So neither of you were able to get a proper long rest.
I'm at my second level of exhaustion.
And so is Igroff. So, as since the two of you are the two people who would, haven't done much, as morning comes, as the sun rises, what would either of you two, like, what would the two of you like to do?
I mean, it depends. Is Lucius sleeping through the entire night or just parts from like?
I would say Lucius is. I don't know if I would say sleeping like a baby because he doesn't wake up every like hour or so screaming, but
I'm out cold, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a very soundless sleep.
Well, Misty will probably go down to the bar again, grab a drink. Hopefully, this time she'll be able to fucking drink it and finish it. Now she'll grab 2 drinks in case, hoping that man she's tending to would wake up and want to drink it. But other than that, she will be upstairs and she will be counting clouds in the sky. She doesn't have a lot of things to. Actually, no, she does have. She has a little trinket of a tiny cloud in a bottle, so she'll be just playing around with it.
Okay. And Egroff, what would you do this morning?
Nothing at all. Igot's just gonna be guarding the cart.
Okay. I would say as you're sitting there guarding the cart, you do see the stable hand? Yeah, stable hand. Exit his little shack, and as he, walks to tend to the one horse still left in the stable, he will give you a nod. He has a big grin on his face. Like this is the easiest day at work he is probably ever gonna have. Well then, I'd say eventually, like one by one, the rest of you, the ones who were able to get a proper rest, would wake up. So eventually, Lucius, Theodore, and Akron are able to awaken, feeling well rested. Well, Lucius maybe not feeling well rested, but he at the very least was able to get some rest.
Feel like I got hit by a tidal wave.
Oh my fucking god!
Apparently, Lucius dreamt of being fluffy.
Fluffy's POV.
So that's how sorry will torture him.
He dreams of dark and cold waves crashing against
That
him.
was a horse being crushed against the waves. But the waves were caused by some other person.
I love you, Myers. I think the second Lucius wakes up, he is gonna look for Percival. He's gonna look for his book.
It's easy enough. It's where you left it before going to bed. Percival's more familiar form, which, if I remember correctly, was the form of a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of snuggled up next to you.
That is actually really fucking cute.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna spend some time sort of reading the more intricate details of the book and try and remind myself of where I am and what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay. So, Akron and Theodore. As the two of you wake, what do you do?
Well, I would have done my long rest meditating sitting in the bench where my current icon is.
Right, elf, yeah. So yeah, no, you would actually have been the first one to awaken.
Yes.
Man, I keep forgetting about
And
that.
I'm waiting for Lucius to come downstairs.
Okay. Theodore.
He's like literally guarding the fucking stairs.
Yeah, basically.
Like the second he sees like Lucy's gonna be like, "Yo, bitch, what's up, stand?"
Theodore is just gonna be probably waking up a little bit after, I guess, everyone else. Theodore had a rough time. Theodore was like so tired last thing
Oh, yeah.
one, I think. He was like, oh, got some rest. I think he's just gonna go down and down in the tavern. He's gonna like get some tea, kind of chill.
Yeah. I would say by the time Theodore, goes down, Lucius would have finished reading his book.
Yeah, sure.
So
which
does
point I
Lucius go
will-
down as he's
Yeah,
finished the book?
yeah. If he's hearing footsteps outside of a familiar little individual going downstairs, he'll sort of. You
I'm
are a
not
child.
little.
I'm 5'4". I'm not small. He's
Excuse
I am
you.
not
My
a
model's
child. I'm
tall.
14.
Your model is all legs. I'm gonna sort of get my cloak and hobble my way down the stairs.
Yeah. Percival kind of, trotting along. Doing the kind of the service dog thing where they're kind of pressed up against your leg as they're walking, kind of looking up at you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, eventually, I'd say Theodore, comes down like maybe a minute, or maybe a minute and a half, like before Lucius comes down. So yeah, everyone but Igroff is currently in the tavern.
I think Theodore's gonna look at Lucius and he's gonna go kind of in a bit of a sarcastic tone. You seem to have rested well.
Done the best I can with what time I had.
Yeah, Akaran, you would have noticed Lucius at this point.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye on him for now.
Okay. You notice actually. Yeah, no, like at the Misty and Akron, like specifically Akron, since he would actually have been awake for a while already, would have noticed the by this point fairly regular appearance of Titus sitting near one of the tables. He does have like a tankard, but Akron, for the entire time he's been here, he's not touched it once. So what would everyone like to do?
Not that this was a job or anything that we were set up to do, or like we're like promised to pay or anything. Like we literally just like we walked into this and we're like, you know what, we're gonna help you, right? It wasn't a job. I don't
The
remember
mayor
it
did
being at
kind
least.
of ask for our assistance in it.
Oh, you did ask. We should probably. Did we actually tell anyone that we dealt to the issue?
You have not told anyone yet, no.
No, we have not told anyone. Cool.
You are a little busy, kind of.
Maybe we should do that. Or, let's just not tell anyone and just leave, I mean, what could go wrong? let them live in the, like, forever fear of being, like, mauled to death every fucking corner after, like, 6 p.m.
And an astute. I don't know if astute is the right word here. An interesting proposition.
Oh god.
I mean, I don't see anyone saying anything against it.
Oh, I just realized one of us is missing.
Yeah, give him
Yeah.
a moment. He needed to take care of something.
He vanished right before. And when the world needed him most, he vanished.
Now, for a second, I thought that was Theodore, pointing out that, hey, where's Agroth?
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
And I assume
Wait,
Agroth
so
is.
did Misty say this out loud, or were you saying this out of character?
Oh no, and she was saying this out loud, like.
Oh, okay. I was confused if you said this in character, if you were saying this out of character.
No. She can be mean sometimes.
We're not gonna let the people live in fear, Misty. We have to go and tell the mayor, whatever you call
I
the.
mean,
The dogs.
sure, it's all
Yeah.
nice and like dandy, but like it wasn't our
Every day
job.
you become even more insufferable than the last.
Look who is talking. I can barely see you from behind the fucking table.
That's the point.
If you'd eat more, maybe you'd grow.
Maybe if you'd eat more, you'd shut up.
You wish.
I do.
Oh, you fucking bitch. Swear to God, I'm not about hitting your child.
I know.
Bitch, ain't it?
Okay.
I
So
mean,
when are we gonna go and let everyone know the good news?
I suppose we could.
Wait, does I just realized? Does Lucius even know what we're talking about? Because he forgot everything.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Uh,
I'm walking straight.
I just
to the bar.
remembered.
I see. If I remember correctly, the latest point that Lucius had written down in his book was when they were like them going to
I can tell
Anarian's
you,
house.
actually. I can tell you what the last thing he has written in the book is.
Oh,
you
shit!
wrote it
It's
down.
Igroth
shit.
sleeping,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
It is, and I quote. What page is it?
Well, I did tell him what happened afterwards. Whether or not he believed me is a whole different matter.
Yeah, this thing. I have to go. I can only believe what is impossible. Here we go. Last thing I remember is Agroth is asleep in the carriage. The others have gone to look for clues in the dead woman's house.
Yeah. So by this point, you would have already had the conversation with the ducks. So at least that
Okay.
part he probably
Yeah.
knows.
I know about the ducks.
Quack quack.
It's,
So yeah.
it's DUX, not like duck.
Quack quack.
God.
But yeah, Lucius is going straight to the bar.
The dwarven bartender, has been very, he's been very accommodating. He keeps like making small comments about, whenever he gives you anything, where it's like, okay, this is the last free one, but he keeps giving you more simply because y'all are kind of the last, remnant of hope in this town. And apparently, this dwarven bartender is a little bit of a softie.
My good sir, you wouldn't have anything for a headache, would you?
What kind of headache are we talking here? Are we talking you hit your head really hard, or you drank too much last night?
Closer to the second one. Let's just say I drank enough to forget.
He goes away, and he comes out with two. I forgot how many of you were in the tavern when that happened, but at least to some of you, or maybe some one of you, a familiar very like hard-shelled fruit, which he literally takes a like a meat cleaver to just kind of hit hit a just like get a piece off of it, and he very carefully hands it to you.
I take it. And I eat it, I guess.
If I remember correctly, it was Lucius actually last time who got the fruit again. I believe.
No, the fruit is like the fruit was given to Titus to sober him
I
up.
was gonna say it was Igroth who did it
Oh
last
yeah.
time.
Yeah. So yeah,
Right, that's what it was. Yeah.
and I would say, Lucius, as you bite into it, it is at once unbearably sweet, yet it has the same kind of sensation as biting into a severely overripe lemon.
How does an like overripe lemon taste like?
I don't know.
That
I don't know. It's just the
that
words that my brain gave me, so I'm like, okay. It
that will do perfectly, thank you.
Yeah, it is like it gives your entire like nervous system like a kick. It's not a nice kick, but
Thank you.
Well, we should probably get a ramp all together and go to the man of the place, I suppose. Tell him what happened yesterday, and we should get going. There is no point in dwelling on here, is there? You know, Misty would just fucking stand up. She ain't waiting for anyone. You know what, bitches? I'm fucking going. Fuck you all.
I'm not in ear. I'm currently having my face melted off. I'm not in earshot.
Wait, so could you repeat the question that you said?
I was about to say, the only person you're sitting with at the moment is Theo.
Well, she kind of, stood up and in the voice that would go across the fucking room that we're all being in, ish,
Wait,
Okay,
Theodore,
what you
we're
said.
fucking going.
Are you gonna wait? Can you just like quickly repeat what you said?
I
You asked
just
if we're gonna go?
said that we should probably just get fucking together, go to the man in charge, and fucking tell him what happened yesterday, and then get it going because there's no point in staying in here.
I hate the man in charge. Sounds like such like a douchebag.
He is a douchebag. If he was half the man, he would have done something about it himself.
Let's go, I guess. Are we gonna take the others? I don't think Lucius really remembers anything.
Well, in that case, he can listen in. I told him yesterday, but no, well, we should get all the guys with us and go tell.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'll get Acheron.
You can go get Lucius.
Oh.
I'll get Acheron, you get Lucius.
Okay, fine.
Marv.
See? The cow can listen sometimes. And he stand up and walk towards Acheron.
I stand up and walk towards Lucius.
So Akron, you see Misty approach.
Oh, Acheron.
Yes, miss.
We are thinking about go tell our secrets about what happened yesterday to the man in charge. Give him a report, tell him that the danger is over, and get back on the road. If there's nothing else that any of us would like to do in here, I believe we have enough of food and water for the travel.
There's still the matter of what happened to be, what I did to be sorted.
Oh. Great. Well, if you ask me, we don't need to think about that. if you ask me. But if you ask the others, such as Lucius, we might have an issue. So let's just go talk to the man in charge, explain everything. We don't miss out a single thing. We tell all from A to Z, and we'll see how it goes.
Understood.
Yes. Worst
I'm
case
gonna head
scenario.
up and head towards Lucius.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, we're fugitives. You and me, we leave. We ditch.
Yeah.
Worst case
So-
scenario, Karen.
So, Lucius.
Theodore?
approaches.
Yeah. Hey, you. I know you don't really know what's going on, but we're leaving.
Okay, Theo, I trust you.
Then he's just gonna. We'll explain on the way. Fret your little brain not.
I'm assuming I walk over to hear the "we'll explain on the way" part.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, I'm going to look to Lucius and go, until the explanations and results of are done with, I think you best hold on to these, and I'm going to hand over my staff and crossbow.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh.
Acheron, why?
You're holding murder weapons.
Less
Wha-
holding the weapons themselves.
you had to say that out loud.
What?
You had
I
to
mean,
say
that's what
meta
they
weapons
are.
out loud. We're wasting valuable time, and now we have to explain it to him because we couldn't wait.
Wait,
The moment Misty says the whole "you're holding murder weapons," you hear like a spoon like fall into a bowl, like right next to where you're having this conversation. There's just a guy sitting. You're eating like this morning like breakfast soup. It's just like he heard it and he just dropped his spoon. Like what?
If Theodore's just gonna go to this guy, he's gonna grab him by the collar. He's gonna point in his face. You heard nothing, and he's gonna let him go. And he's gonna walk back to Lucius.
Roll intimidation.
You know, Misty's gonna like run up after him and like, yeah.
Let him do the roll. Let him do the roll.
First roll of the night.
What? Who, me? What do I roll?
Yeah, intimidation.
Oh God.
Malachi seeming simultaneously entertained and
Is that in? Where is that?
It'll be in your skills. In the
Okay,
big
hold
list
on.
in the middle.
Intimidation. I see it. Fuck. 6.
No. Oh no.
He just sees this tiny kid. You're not hearing anything.
Okay, I want all of you to picture this. You're eating your breakfast. You hear something about a murder. An 11-year-old, no, a 14-year-old kid just, grabs your
11,
shirt
just
and
fuck
is
off.
telling you that you didn't hear anything.
Oh God, no! The child murdered a man. Oh no! How horrible!
Like, the guy, he's just looking at you. He looks from you to, the rest of your party, and he's like, sure. And he goes back to eating his soup, because he's like, you know what? I'm not getting
what?
involved in this.
That was kind of successful in my eyes.
I mean, yeah, but it was more successful in the way that you kind of, instead of intimidating him to be quiet, you kind of took the entire edge off the situation. He's like,
Shut up.
you're not, I
I'm-
like clearly, like this little kid is trying to threaten me.
I'll take that
This
as
is
a victory,
ridiculous. I'm not
regardless.
getting involved.
I'm going to look to Misty and go, the details of it can be explained once we're all together and talking to the mayor, who will decide what must happen. I am simply
Of
doing this
course.
as a gesture of good faith.
Then Roy will be all right. I'm sure of it.
Lucius is really just has this face of utter confusion.
As I walk past, I'm just gonna pat him on the shoulder, like not to him, and I'll go to Theo. Let's see. It's me, Akron, Theo, Lucius.
We're missing Igroth.
We're missing Igroth. Theo, if you'd like to go grab Akron. If you'd like to go grab Igroth. We're gonna get this shit together, and we're going to slowly start walking towards the man in charge. Look for him.
The Ducks'
See-
residence.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I don't know where that is, so you will have to fucking
Fine.
Google it, Acheron. Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you three at the mayor's.
Aye.
Then
Oh,
he'll. So wait,
Theodore.
where's Igroth right now?
Sitting
Up.
on the caravan, I do believe.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah,
out
yeah.
guarding the cart.
Oh yeah. So I guess I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna look for Igroth.
Yeah. So, Igroth, as you're guarding her, are you sitting on top of it or
Yeah, sitting on top.
with exhaustion too? I imagine it's like the kind of thing where you're sitting there and you're in the middle of the kind of nodding off, and then no, I can't fall asleep. But my eyes are really heavy. No, I can't fall asleep. That's how I'm imagining it.
Yeah, that's it's close to accurate. He's
Yeah,
got
that
he's
is
got
what
this
feel-
intense he's got this intense thinking face on as well. Like he's focusing on something.
No, imagine
Planning
he's doing the
something.
pose of the statue that's sitting and thinking.
Yeah. The thinker.
But occasionally his eyes close and then they flutter open.
I guess I'm gonna. Do I see him? Like,
Oh yeah, no,
as
he's
you
sitting on
leave?
top of the cart.
Okay, then I guess I'm gonna walk up to him.
He's
Igroth. Everyone's meeting up at the mayor's office. We have to go.
Why is this map not loading properly for me? Anyway.
Out of curiosity, who is around? Is it just Theodore that's walked up to me?
Yeah, only Theodore is the only one who walked up to you. Like the stable hand, he was in the stables doing some stuff, but then he went back into his house.
What stable?
Oh my fucking god.
With
You mean like half a stable?
It's a stable with a burn mark through it, some water, some
With,
slight
like,
water
one
damage, and only
horse.
one horse.
Does that count as murder as well? Like you kill. So not only did Mahas commit a murder, he also like ruined a business, and like he also killed two of the people in that business, like the horses.
So on the
Yeah,
plus
because
side,
only one of those horses belong to us.
He's gonna pull out. Like, the mayor's just gonna pull out a list of crimes.
Just-
Here, Acheron, could you sign this real quick?
Property damage, murder. Okay,
whatever
okay.
the charge for killing someone's horse is.
But yeah, so Theodore, goes up to Girl, tells him, "Yeah, we have to go. Everyone's at the mayor's."
Theodore. Has anybody
Yes?
discussed the Acheron issue
Well,
with anyone else?
yes, but also no. Misty kind of told Lucius that his weapons were murder weapons, and Lucius got confused, and it was kind of annoying, but Misty. And we have to explain it to him later, but right now we have to get to the mayor's office.
That is perfectly okay. I can let me do the talking when we talk to the ducks.
Okay. What do you intend to do, if I may ask?
Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna walk off slowly,
Mm.
very slowly. Exhaustion 2
Aw.
is the bitch.
Half speed slowly.
Half speed, yeah.
Exhaustion 2,
Did you
half
know-
speed.
Is it like what, 15 feet of movement right now?
Mhm.
Did you not
Yep.
get any sleep?
Technically, Misty's in that boat as well right now.
Yep.
I remembered.
None whatsoever.
Man, I can't I think Igroth actually has it a little worse than Misty because at least Misty managed to get a full night's rest like before. She just didn't
didn't
really
have,
get
like,
rested
2
from
nights, I
it.
think.
But she was at least sleeping or rather unconscious. But Igroth, he hasn't had any proper sleep for 2 whole days. He had a
Plus,
little
my
bit of a
base
nap,
movement
but
speed is 35 feet, you know? As an egg Nazi. Like, hashtag humble brag.
God, I hate you.
I don't know how to halve
I'm
that.
annoying.
I
So
usually round
we're-
up when I halve things, so
So I think Theodore's just going to be walking the same pace as Igroth.
yeah.
Just like mockingly, like walking slower.
No.
Just so he like gives up a big Oh my god, Theo, you're being such a bitch. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I don't know what fucking mood I am in today.
A bullying mood, it seems.
I blame Sam. I can blame
Uh.
Sam.
See, my presence makes Dragon into a bully. It's her instincts. So, as everyone makes their way to the Dux's house, what is everyone's passive perception?
17.
I think I have decent one. 15.
Hold on. Let me see where to find that. Oh, there it is.
Mine's dog shit. Mine's
Passive
12.
perception. Mine is 14.
Mahes?
Passive perception.
Yes.
Yep.
Mine is 15.
25.
Okay. So, Misty and Lucius. And did you say 15? Did Mahes say 15?
Yes, I said
Yes, okay.
15.
So, I forgot what. Theodore's was 12, or was it 11? I forgot.
Mine was 14.
14,
My
yes.
perception? Yeah, my passive perception is 14.
Yeah. Man, my brain, that's like, and I got more numbers in instead of forgetting the older numbers. I was like, what? Anyway. So, yeah, no, you. Actually, I think all of you would notice this. Maybe not Igroff now that I think about it, but like as you're walking through town, you notice that there's a lot of people, like there are, doing their morning routines. A lot of them are, they're very much on edge, but also a little confused and hopeful as more time goes on, because they're all on edge because everyone is waiting to see, okay, what is the tragedy that happened this time. But as more time goes on, no one is really, finding any, bodies torn to shreds, no houses having been broken into, and so people are slowly like starting to kind of hope. But everyone is still very much waiting for, whatever tragedy happened last night to, reveal itself.
It's going to be so awful when we have to tell them that the monster is here to stay forever and ever, and that they're going to be worried for the rest of their short lives.
And this is why we let Egroth lead with the explanation.
What are you talking about? My explanations work perfectly fine. You know?
Yeah, you did such a great job explaining what happened.
I mean,
back
the
at
monster is
tavern.
still there, isn't he? He's just not pissed at people anymore. He's still there.
A certain point of view.
We didn't take care of the problem. We just, put on like a band-aid on it, and one point you're just gonna start bleeding through it. If it happens again.
The more you speak, the more I worry.
Look, I mean, it went okay, right? No one else got hurt.
You tell me.
I did tell you yesterday. Didn't I?
You told me moments after I returned.
I suppose that
Absolutely no offense to you whatsoever. I barely processed the fact you were talking to me, let alone what you were saying.
Yeah, that figures. My bad. But well, we only killed one man, okay? That's
What?
the
This
numbers
isn't
are like
really helpful as we're going to explain the situation.
we saved
Well,
countless of people.
This is why you aren't the one speaking.
So at this point, you've reached the Dux's house, which it sticks out a bit from all compared to all the other houses.
Yes, and looks strangely familiar considering we were right next to it just the other day.
Yeah, literally just on the other side of the street, in fact.
Man, that man should have fucking heard what happened yesterday.
I mean, he might have, he just might not have cared.
Oh, right.
Uh,
Well, who shall do the honors? You know, I can speak for the group, but you know.
Igros will
No,
head on in.
Igroth said he'll do the explaining,
Yeah, Igro.
which means you be quiet.
So Igro, as
I
you
think that means that you're also supposed to be quiet.
yeah, Igor, as you move up towards the door, like before you can, try to interact with it or anything, the door, opens by itself, and the ducks like almost walks into you. Like he manages to stop himself, like kind of mid step forward as he notices you just, standing there. He's like, "Oh,
Good morning, sir.
good morning.
We should step inside.
Oh no, what has happened this time?" And he kind of, like it's kind of, a false smile, cracks for a little bit, and then he kind of rights himself. And he smiles again. He's like, "Of course, come in, come in." And he
Heading
steps
after
Wait,
back.
that means we're all waiting outside, right?
Like, do you all come in? Like he's kind of stepping back. Like he saw all of you over Igrof's shoulder, so he's kind of stepping to the side to let all of you in.
Okay, yeah, I guess we're all. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going in.
I'll go in.
I mean, of course.
Everyone enters, or does Acheron stay outside?
I'd be following, but also just double checking. Lucius, would you have taken my weapons?
In the most confused manner, where he's almost holding them at arm's length. Like he's
Don't
got
worry.
them.
There's no blood on them anymore.
Oh
Didn't
my
even
god!
use those
Never
Didn't
weapons.
use them.
Exactly.
You're as blind as you are stupid, Misty. And then he'll walk inside.
I'm gonna put them on like a side table when we get in.
Yeah, like there are
Just
like as
rid
just in,
myself
like,
of that
the
sin.
little like entrance hall. There is like places for people to hang coats or even just put weapons.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then when we sort of convene with the ducks, I am standing on the side of the ducks.
Mm. So yeah, you like as like shortly after walking in, he is kind of
As-
called.
Sorry, just as we're walking in, I am gonna turn to the group and do the whole like the zipper over the mouth, just like shut up to all of them,
I
glaring
don't
at
know
them.
what you want from me. I do not know what you want from me.
Acheron's going to be doing that thing of, in TV shows, how you see people basically holding their arms behind their back at the elbow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way he's going to be wandering in.
As long as we're being truthful.
And I will be especially glaring at you, Acheron, while I tell you to shut your mouth.
Not going to be saying a word.
Yeah, you as you're doing this, the Dux has kind of called over his butler to fix up some tea, and he leads all of you into a like kind of his living room. There's this very fancy, like, just if the building looked fancier than the rest just from the outside, the inside is like it's almost like he's trying to flaunt his status just with every minute, like centimeter of every wall. Like, there's small trinkets to like big paintings to the various other things. Like the walls are almost completely covered, and where they aren't covered, it's like very fancy wallpapers.
Okay.
Like it is, to some of you, almost nauseating just walking around in here. And like the living room where he has, a small little, table with like a um, like a big kind of sofa and a few I forgot the word, chairs, like those fancy, almost like sofas, but for one person. I keep forgetting what they're called. Anyways, fancy chairs.
Armchair.
And he sits down in one of these chairs, and this is for all of you to sit.
I'm gonna stand next to the ducks.
I'll
look at
stand
the
right
group.
next to Acheron.
I'll sit directly opposite the ducks, like looking directly at him.
I'll stand behind Igro. Like where the chair is.
Okay.
Stand behind that chair.
Yeah, he Lux kind of notices all of you standing. He keeps his eyes on Lucius a bit as he moves to stand beside him, like he's a little worried, like, why does this guy need to stand beside me? Like usually you do that when you don't want the person to run. I am a bit concerned. Like, he doesn't say it, but he kind of has that look on his face.
I'm gonna read that look and sort of go. You and I both need an explanation about what's going on.
I see. I kind of leans
Lucius
back a bit and
Lucius
looks up.
has no recollection of certain events of yesterday due to a certain affliction that he has.
Affliction?
especially
It's
well,
it's not transmittable, is it?
no. He had an encounter with the beast, and it went poorly. But there is
Well, he's alive.
he is. There is good news.
Wonderful, and his smile comes back like immediately.
And bad news. But we'll get to the bad news later because it's nowhere near as bad as the good news is good. The good news is the beast has been dealt with.
Wonderful. Oh, this. He just kind of claps his hands a couple
There is a
times.
small
Oh,
catch though. The beast can return. Which is why we need guards stationed outside of the temple, or what was it? It was the
Crypt.
the crypt.
Correct.
Outside of the crypt in which the totem resides. To the north, and Titus can give you directions to exactly where it is. To the north there is a crypt. It contains a totem. That totem was stolen. And as a result, the beast was unleashed. Once the totem was returned, the beast is at peace. The beast will,
Right.
I believe, will protect while not angered, but if anyone were to steal that totem again, you would have a very similar encounter.
I thank you for this warning. This is
As long as guards remain
right.
there
This
and that
needs.
totem is secured, you will be safe.
Right. Thank you. This is wonderful news. I'll need to recheck my budgets, but that's small issue. You were right. The bad news were nowhere near as bad as it was. As the good news were good.
That was not the bad
Are
news.
you? Come again? It's about this time where the butler kind of comes in with a tea set, and he places like 6 cups on the table.
Out of curiosity, what was his name?
Ah,
Is
shit.
that this is out of characters? Out of character?
Anarian. Anarian.
Anarian?
Anarian.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no. I thought I meant the
A
dogs
man-
because I
No,
realized shit. I forgot his name. It was something on L.
No,
But I forgot what.
the
My brain, I've
man,
always called him just the dogs.
the man named Anarian is dead.
Oh,
Upon
there was some ruckus
the-
that was heard at his
yes,
abode. What happened? Did the beast get him?
No, we discovered that he was the one who stole the totem and palmed it off to someone else when he realized what it was doing. I killed him.
Missy's glaring at Igra profoundly.
My hand ignites in flame.
Oh shit.
There was reason to believe that he was going to attack, and I made a preemptive move.
Roll deception.
Okay. Okay. I figured that was coming.
Oh no.
Deception is a good stat for me. Dirty 20.
Nice. You see the ducks kind of, he leans back, like he's thinking over all of this. Like he has a very thoughtful look on his face as he nods to himself. That's troubling. Narian was fairly well liked here. I can hardly believe he would do something like that.
He
Well,
did know that the totem was killing people, and he palmed it off to someone else to allow it to keep killing, instead of doing what was right and returning it.
this is.
But I will accept any punishment. Solely on
He
myself.
kind of, he kind of, blinks a couple times, and kind of does this. I don't know how best to describe. Like he kind of, half shakes his head a bit, and he's like, "You, from what I understand, admittedly isn't much, but it sounds like it was self-defense. And well, if he brought this catastrophe upon us, then surely all of these deaths are in his hands. So he would no doubt have been punished severely regardless. So I say that guilty conscience is punishment enough." And he kind of, has the full smile as he, nods. Clearly, he's like, okay, this is great. I can get rid of this. Just sweep it under the rug. I don't need to address this in any official manner. This is great. I don't have to do shit. Like he has this very slimy, like self-assured, like smile on his face. Like, yeah, this is good. This is a good day. Well, I thank you all for your service. I feel the need to repay all of you somehow. By chance, where are you headed to next?
We were on our way to the capital.
I have a lot of friends in the capital, you see. Hold on just a moment. And he kind of, snaps his finger, and like the butler just, he walks up and he immediately just places down, like a piece of paper on the table, and an ink and quill, and the Dux just immediately starts writing. Like the butler was prepared for, like, okay, he's gonna write some shit here. Have paper. And he kind of starts writing a bit. As he's writing, the butler goes off, comes back with the things written, like some things like wax and stuff. So he makes a little seal, like, folds the letter he's written, pours some wax, stamps it, waits for it to set a bit, and then he hands it to you. When you get to the capital, just hand this off to my dear old friend. You trust me, you will know it. Quintus Centilius, fabulous fella. He handles let's just say that he handles a part of the city. Just hand that to him and he will be more than amicable with you. If there's nothing else, then you've saved our community. I cannot thank you enough.
It was really no problem.
He smiles. This time, it's almost a genuine smile.
Igoroth will stand up and start walking out. Not really acknowledging anybody in the room.
The Dux will just hold his smile as he's looking at everyone else. So the rest of you follow him.
Oh, as soon as he walks out, Misty is fucking turning around after that bitch. Yo.
Akram will be following, a very
Yep.
stunned expression on his face.
What about Lucius and Theodore?
Theodore will be following. He's gonna
Lucius
he's gonna
is
look at
wait.
Lucius. Gonna get a glance at Lucius.
Lucius is not in his own mind right now.
Okay. So yeah, as you're leaving, you can hear the Dux kind of telling his butler to get him more parchment. He says something about having to write a good speech.
My lord, if I may.
Yes.
I may have no memory of what happened. But I fear there is not a correlation between the story we were told and the story that was hinted to me.
Oh no.
I have a request.
Very well. What is your request?
Never let any of us return.
He kind of blinks a couple of. That'll be a little difficult. Certainly all of you will be heroes for this.
Heroes and murderers.
Yeah. Kind of shrugs a bit. Is like, tell you what. While I can't officially, banish any of you, I will entrust you to ensure that none of you return. And he kind of smiles and nods at you.
I will do my best, but if I fail you, I trust you to do the right thing.
Well, doing the right thing is how I got this position.
That is what I fear. And I walk out.
Have a good day now.
Try not to think of the person that was murdered.
I'm gonna walk straight to the stables, like cold shouldering everyone.
Yeah, as
God damn it, Misty, you fucked it all up. I'm saying
Oh,
this out of
me?
character.
I fucked it
Out
up?
of character.
It's
saying this
totally
out of
not like,
character.
well, obviously.
So, as you all leave the mayor's house, and as Lucius kind of barrels his way out towards the stables, what do y'all do?
Where is everyone?
Like
I mean, we're just walking out of the.
the four of you walked out first. Lucius stayed behind a little bit to have that conversation, and then he kind of barreled out. So I'd say the rest of you would have been kind of standing outside, waiting. You would have been standing just long enough to start wondering, where's Lucius, when he barrels out.
Igoroth probably
he's just
wouldn't have
walking
waited
past.
much. He's just
No,
walking
that's
slowly.
fair.
Yeah.
I think,
Misty, quote unquote, hot on his heels.
I mean, kind of. Like
Also
I said, I
walking very
usually round
slowly.
things.
I'm gonna.
exactly.
I mean,
I'm
Misty's
gonna-
walking slightly faster than you are due to, Arganasi.
So, assuming that Lucius walked past us and is just walking at this point, because I think that's what was said. Because he
Yeah,
gives the cold
yeah,
shoulder, he's just walking
absolutely.
past us.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
walking with Igroth again, and because I'm assuming. Wait, so have you gotten to a distance that you can't hear us?
That's up for Seb to decide.
If see, Igrof is kind of
Because I've got a passive of 17.
yeah,
So-
he's quite perceptive.
Oh, right.
I would say that he's probably still within hearing distance, even though it's
Okay.
kind of the edge of it at this point.
Mhm.
Well,
Okay.
Igraf, I failed to notice the reason why.
I'm gonna put a hand up and just stop you, and I'm gonna stop dead in my tracks.
Oh.
And I'm gonna whisper to you. You saw how angry Lucius was the last time. Better me than Acheron.
That is
I
not
think
true. I
we
mean,
have a-
Akron. Sure, Akron did it. Which,
Shush.
like,
regardless.
look, we already had this talk. Akron was fine taking the blame because of what he did.
Guess what? He's not going to.
It doesn't matter. The problem right now is
It
that
matters.
Misty has told Lucius aside, and you have said yourself that you killed this man. So now we don't know what's gonna happen and what Lucius is thinking.
It's very simple. I took Acheron's weapons, and I killed him. That simple.
It is not simple at all.
Wait, didn't Misty
You are-
say that
You
Acheron
are
killed him?
lying.
Didn't
Look,
Misty say
no,
that Acheron
look.
did kill just one man?
And who?
Yeah, he just killed and a horse, but
2 horses.
One horse. Oh, right.
no, the issue is, guys, we are planning to work together, and you think that lying, like, to fucking members of a group
And
is
you
the
know
right
what?
thing to do?
You know what? If they throw me out, then so be it. And I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna walk away. I'll walk away.
Mm.
I was about to say, I've already
flip
headed
him off.
back towards the enemy base.
Okay. So, would Akron have walked immediately, or would he have waited a bit, or
Basically, when everybody else left, he would have collected his weapons and just headed back to the inn in, as I said, a daze. And would be going back to the bench seat he'd been sitting at.
Okay. Yeah, and Lucius was barreling past people, so Lucius would probably, almost definitely have been the first one back. So as Lucius gets back, what does he do?
I'm going to the stable hand because we need a second horse.
Yeah, you see the stable hand. He's in the stables, though. He's kind of finished tending to the only horse currently in there, and he's currently finally not finally. He's gathered up the pieces of his broken share, trying to see if he can possibly piece it back together, but it's completely busted. And kind of notices you approach, and he's like,
Oh.
"Good day."
I don't suppose you know where one could get his hands on a second stallion.
Well, I mean, that's just to the stables. I don't really got many. There are a few. No, this is more of a communal stables. There are.
Was it's a cemetery now.
Yeah. I mean, the ducks have a couple of his personal horses that he keeps in his own little stables back behind his house. I Though I mean he rarely uses them. In fact, he's had many horses he's given away as gifts. So
No. Would have been nice to know about 20 minutes ago, but that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna go into one of our crates, grab 3 goblets of solid gold or, equal value, and make my way back up to the ducks.
okay, I'd say. Yeah, but by the time you've gathered them and you walk back, like you just walk past the walk around the inn, you would just pass by as Igroff and them reach the door, as they're moving slow. Like Akron would have already made it back to the inn and sat down at his table. But as you come by, like Igroff and Misty and Theodore are just reaching the front door.
I'm ignoring them.
Mm. So then the question is, Igroff and company, what do the 3 of you do?
I'm going to.
Misty is. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go first.
Oh, Misty was just gonna angrily start packing shit and avoid Igroff look like his gaze whatsoever. Like whenever he's like not looking at her, she's gonna be sending daggers in his back with her eyes. Like fucking mumble like beneath her breath. Like from time to time, you can hear the word bitch.
Oh, strong words.
I'm going to. I'm gonna leave the group. I'm gonna walk back towards Lucius.
Hmm. He's moving a fair bit faster than you.
No, that's okay, because I want to catch him on the way back.
Ah, okay. And Theodore, what do you do?
That man is pre-planning his walking.
What do I do?
Yeah.
So Igroth is going after Akron, and sorry, Igroth
No,
is going
Lucius.
after Lucius. Yeah, and Akron and Misty, where are they?
Like, Akron
And-
is in the inn, like sitting by his usual table, and Misty is muttering about stuff and throwing death
She's
glares
packing
at
shit
Igroff
at
as he's
the
walking away.
she's packing shit and the wagon. We have a wagon. What do we have?
The carriage.
Yeah, the carriage.
My brain always wants to say
Wait.
cabbage for some reason.
I think I'm gonna have a go talk with Akron.
Okay.
Where's Akron?
Is by his table. Let's see if I can just move back to the. He is by his table over here.
Okay. He's gonna go up to Akron and be like, how are you doing?
I'm very confused.
Confused why? I mean, I guess I understand why, but I should have
I was not
expected this.
expecting Egroth's actions.
I don't think any of us were. That kind of caught us by surprise. But at least the heat's off you. I wonder what's gonna happen now.
I don't think it is fully just yet. I think at some point we are going to have to sit down with Lucius and explain it all in clear black and white terms.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think with what Misty had said to him,
Prior.
it hasn't exactly painted the picture that would have ensured what Egroth had planned to be completely successful.
Just so you know, I think your reasoning for doing such an act was very valid.
Valid, yes. Still regrettable act, also yes. But it is in the past now.
I'm
The
sure
events
everything
cannot be changed.
they cannot. But what happens next, we shall see. I'm gonna go to the tavern for something to drink. Would you like to come and join me?
Out of character, we're technically already in the tavern, but
Oh, we
I
are?
am happy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Seb, I'm sending you a message, by the way.
Very well.
Yumi, if you open Roll20, you'll be able to see everything.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Forgot about Roll20 existing. But yeah. So I guess Theo's inviting you for a drink.
But yeah, I will keep you company, but I do not feel like a drink myself.
Your choice.
Letting the
Theo's gonna-
14-year-old drink by
But
himself.
yeah, we're currently up here.
That's what I'm doing.
I mean, hey,
Showing what
he's
Akron's
there
having to-
supervising.
Yep.
And as that's happening, Lucius, you
We'll try and find the butler. I don't want to take any more of the ducks this time.
yeah, as you approach the big house or manor, I guess you could call it. It's a bit small for a manor, I think, but it's a big house. You actually, I don't know what's the dimension of a manor. Anyways, semantics. As you as you approach, you do notice the butler kind of cleaning one of the windows.
I will wave him down
He
and
he finishes cleaning the window properly, and then he kind of puts away his things and walks over to you. Yes, can I help you?
I am so sorry that I must steal more of your time. I was informed by your loyal stable hand that the Ducks has horses, stallions that he does not use as often as the horses would like. I'd like to use these golden cups to purchase two.
He looks down at them, looks up at you. Out of like a breast pocket, he pulls out a small kind of like checkbook almost. He thumbs through it a bit. He looks down at them, like he looks at the goblins. He looks back into the book. That should be sufficient. And he scribbles a little bit in the book, closes it, places it back in the pocket, and he waves you to follow him around.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go like behind the house, like kind of half built into the house, is this small stables area with a few horses. There's currently about 3 of them in there. Actually, actually has 3 of them in there, but and he kind of stops and looks them over a bit, nods to himself, and kind of leads two of the horses out. This is Auburn and Chestnut. Guess what colors they are?
I'm guessing Chestnut is Auburn and Auburn is Chestnut.
If only they had that creativity.
They look like wonderful creatures.
They are well trained.
Only the best, I'm sure.
He kind of smiles. It is good to have them get out there a bit. Take good care of them.
Like they were my own.
He gives you a very knowing look, like, yeah. And he accepts the goblets.
Thank you. And I will get on top of Auburn and trot with them whilst leading Chestnut back to the carriage.
Yep.
Sort of, getting Auburn used to me, taking it nice and slow and gentle, wanting to make sure that, we sort of slowly start building that trust in each other.
Okay. Give me an animal handling check.
I was hoping you'd say that. I think my handling's decent. That's 15 plus 4, 19 total.
Yeah, no, you have no issues. They're well trained.
Is Auburn a boy or a girl? Sorry, just so I can...
They are. Yes, I have the right terminology. I forgot what they're called. It's
Do they have a dick or
They
not?
do not. They're not stallion.
Thank you.
I forgot the name.
Are they
mare.
female?
Yes,
They're a mare. Okay.
mare. That's it.
Alright.
My brain was giving me mare, but I'm like, no, you're confusing it with mayor.
No. Alright, cool. I don't want to misgender my horse.
Yeah. So, as if I remember correctly, Misty was out there, packing all the shit.
Yeah, she's
now,
still
Seb-
very angrily at it.
Yeah.
Seb, did you see the
Yes,
message that I sent you?
Yeah, I know. I caught myself after I said that. So, Lucius, as you're trotting the horses, you're going to see Egroff kind of resting by the side of the road.
As I see him coming, I want to sort of walk out in his path, just hands in the air, like looking at him. Did I succeed in getting what I want, though?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I will be a little charitable.
Nice.
I will attempt to go around.
Lucius, stop. We need to have a chat.
No, we don't.
Ooh.
Can the horse
Oh,
make me
boy.
a strength saving throw, please?
Oh,
Oh. Not the
Oh,
horse.
shit.
Kill the
Not another
horses.
horse. We just got one.
oh,
Uncle Snuffy.
oh boy, that is. I forgot this was an issue with my laptop. I'm gonna need one of you to tell me what the horses have.
Yep, on
Strength
it.
modifier.
On it.
The keyboard on my laptop has stopped working.
On it, what kind of horse is it? Riding horse.
Yes.
Riding horse. Why are you not typing? Riding horse. Riding horse. +3.
That's free. That's their save.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, so that's a 4 total.
Zephyr, your horse stops dead in its tracks.
Then I will get off and I will keep walking.
Then make me a
Dang.
strength
Horse is
saving
quite-
throw.
Oh my fucking god, just let me leave. Fine. I'll just use this one. That is a 16 total.
Alright.
Assume he succeeds.
Yep.
Hmm.
I'll keep leading
I
Chestnut.
will release the other horse. I'm not a cruel person.
Then I will lead both the horses back to the carriage.
Lucius, we need to talk because you need to understand.
Stop talking to me before I burn your fucking face off.
So do it. We need to talk.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
I'll keep walking.
Do you wish for me
the
to
drama.
leave? I'll just call out after. Do you wish for me to leave?
No, I plan to take you to the capital and then leave you all to your business. You're either a murderer or a liar. Both I can't trust having around me. And if you're not the murderer, then one of them is. And they haven't come forward. So I will do as I promised. I will guide you all to the capital, and then I will ride off on my own. Because clearly, you can't trust me with the truth.
We never said
Or
we
I
couldn't
can't
trust
trust
you.
or I can't trust you with my affliction.
Me with your affliction.
Any of you. If you are lying to me, you had a chance to come true and honest with me, and you didn't.
Let me be clear, we didn't lie to you, we lied to the ducks. There is a
lied to me.
difference.
No.
And we had
Our business is
intended.
done. Our business is done, Igroth.
Fine. But you need to at least know that the lie was mine alone. The others didn't know, and you can check with them.
Well, then you can be responsible for dragging them into hell with you.
Alright. That's your short-sighted choice.
That's the choice you made.
No, the choice I
You
made was to take
you
a
made a
hit.
Listen to me, Igroth. You made an action, a blunder, without. If you've done it without the rest of them, then you made an action without consulting the rest of your group, the ones you said you cared about to protect.
Yes, protect all of them from the stocks or death or worse. If that was to come with it, I would have paid with it with my life. Wouldn't I, you short-sighted fucking moron?
Oh
Hmm.
my god.
You're nothing more than a bounty hunter.
Yes, I am. I am a bounty hunter. That's what I've always been. But I protect those who pay
You
me.
protect no one but yourself.
How?
And
How
escape.
exactly does throwing myself to hell protect myself? Do tell. I'd love to
Because
know.
you've dragged them down with you by not consulting them, by not
your
talking to your group,
choice.
your family. You chose not to talk with them, you chose not to talk with me. That's it, said and done. I walk away.
Damn. The drama. There are a few people who have been, watching this whole exchange. Like, as you're in the middle of the road. Like the moment the shouting started, people were taking notice, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna say, back to your business. I'm going to I'm gonna use my breath weapon. Not at anyone, like deliberately missing, but very clear to fuck off.
Yeah, no, the people are very quick to go back to their business. So, Lucius, as you lead the horses back to the stables, you see Misty probably still muttering to herself, muttering curses to herself as she is, packing everything.
At this point, I feel like she would have been done with the packing bit. She would be just sitting, like, by the, where, like, the ones driving the carriage sit, like, she's just sitting there and just looking up into the sky, impatiently tapping her foot into the carriage. She just wants to leave the godforsaken place.
Yeah, Misty, you eventually notice Lucius with 2 horses.
She's not really paying anyone mind per se. She's just fucking staring to the sky. If they're not standing, of course, sitting like beneath the fucking stable, in which case she just staring into the fucking planks of the stable.
I'm gonna tie Fee and Chestnut up to the carriage and hitch them.
Mm. Okay.
And then once that's done, I'm gonna go into lean against the stable and start writing in Percival.
Okay. So, unless Misty has anything she'd like to do.
No.
Okay. Is Igroth making his way back towards the tavern and or stables?
Igroth is making his way towards the edge of town. They'll either stop and pick him up or they won't.
Hmm. Okay. So, Theodore and Acheron. While all of this has been going on, you've been in the tavern and Theodore has been drinking. Theodore, please give me a con save.
A what?
Constitution
A
save.
con save? What the heck, man?
You said you were drinking.
I'm
Are
just
you
saying,
having one drink, or are you just having drinks until?
I'm just having one drink. Constitution, you said?
Yes.
Is that in skill or is that in saving throws?
Saving throws.
Oh, I see. 27.
No. Yeah, you have a drink without issue.
Thank God. Hmm. I think Theodore is just kind of going to get up from his chair. I think he's gonna I think it's time we look for these morons. I'm gonna go and see where everyone is. Are you staying here? I'll look at Acheron.
I shall wait until it is time to depart.
See you soon then. Then he'll walk out, kind of see if anyone's around.
As Theodore walks out, Titus approaches Acheron.
Yep.
As I said, he's just been sitting at the same spot the entirety of this day so far, and with the same tankard, and he has not it's not touched it at all. And he kind of walks over to you. He looks a fair bit more well put together than he has all the previous times you've seen him. Though he still looks very downtrodden. As he kind of walks up to where you are. And he's like, you I assume you didn't find him.
Unfortunately, the path we took, he was not there. But the idol has been returned, and I advise you tell the townspeople to never touch it or move it, so long as it stands within that crypt.
I can do that, yeah.
Not unless you want the creature to visit again.
Fuck that. I think I saw him. Well, something that I think was him. I don't know. It must have been a dream or something, but he's really gone, isn't he?
I would say if he hasn't turned up now, chances are he has unfortunately moved on to whatever realm is beyond this one.
Well, kind of, as looks down. Let's hope it's a nicer place. Maybe they have better drinks. Kind of has a half-hearted smile.
Yeah, right again.
He kind of nods to himself. I wish you the best of travels. I wish you would have arrived a few days earlier. He does again, gives you a nod, and just walks out the tavern.
I'm assuming leaving his drink behind.
Oh yeah. So, Theodore,
Yes.
as you walk out, you see Lucius with the horses.
Oh. I don't know if it's a good idea to talk to him right now.
There's also
let's
Misty,
see.
who has been very fascinated by the stables.
I think Theodore is gonna kind of go up to Misty and he's just gonna kind of ask, have you said anything to him yet, or has he just been ignoring us?
No, I have not said anything, but I feel like I already said enough. There's nothing much more that I can say. So no, I haven't. But you're more than welcome to, if you'd like.
I think he's blinded right now of his own
Are you
morals.
surprised?
Not really. I don't see what the issue was, though. I think revenge can be valid in its own ways.
Or Akron killed a man, and Igrof claimed that he did it. We're supposed to be detectives, and we are lying about what we find and do.
We
Really?
aren't detectives. We're on a journey.
Well,
to another
we're
capital.
supposed to be detectives. You know, that was the plan.
That was a plan. No point in making plans.
I suppose.
And this
Where
whole
is Akron,
situation
anyway?
irritable. Akron is in the tavern waiting for us to leave.
And Igrof, have you seen that?
Igroth, I have not seen.
I
Oh, it's the routing.
should probably get Akron and Igor as well, and we should just probably leave. There's really no point in staying in here.
Staying here would just cause more dramatics.
But even as the hearse, it could take a bit.
I suppose.
You see where they are. I will walk up. I will go to the. I'll meet you at the steed.
That is Steve. Okay.
And he's just gonna walk up to wherever Lucius is with the new horses and the wagon, whatever.
And in the
Lucius is
meantime,
coming.
Misty's gonna pick up Akron.
Seb, I sent you something.
Yep, I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucius is gonna close Percival and get on Auburn.
You know, he's just gonna get inside. He's not gonna bother trying to talk to Lucius because I think right now he doesn't want. He's kind of exhausted with the whole situation.
I'll wait for the others to show up so that they can take the carriage.
Misty, you said you were going to get Akron?
Yeah, just literally go pick him up and get into the back in the carriage.
Okay. Did I know you say you were going to try and find Igoroth, or?
I mean, I'll be looking on my way back and forth with my 15 feet of speed, very slowly, so I have a lot of time to look out.
Okay.
But if she hasn't spotted him,
Yeah,
just
on your trips you would not have spotted Igoroth.
and she'll just wait till they're all together, and then she'll just probably ask if any of them has seen him.
I wouldn't have seen where it went, would I?
No, you were too angry and focused.
Yeah.
Seb?
Yes, I see the message. Problem is that I cannot type at the moment. It's a thing my laptop does sometimes
Just
where the
give
keyboard
me
just
a-
stops working.
Just give me a rough estimate.
Say maybe 2/3 through.
Well, in which case, when Misty comes to find me, I will inform her that I will be out in the carriage as soon as I'm done with what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, it takes a little while before Akron joins the rest of you out there.
Percival.
The winters and then join now.
Say Percival.
Yeah.
Percival looks at you.
I'd like you to lead the way. I'll take up the rear. If you see the Dragonborn, drag him into the cart.
I don't mind.
Percival nods,
Fully up to you.
and as you start moving, the Percival is kind of walking up front, sniffing around. Who is driving the carriage?
Probably Misty.
Okay.
A really bad choice, but out of everyone there.
So, Theodore and Akron, where are the two of you?
I'd be sitting on top of the carriage.
Okay.
I'm gonna be sitting in the back.
Okay. Theodore inside, Akron on top.
Misty alone with the reins.
Yeah, and
So-
Lucius riding his own horse behind
But
everything.
yeah, probably about 15 feet behind or so.
Okay. So as you start moving, you get to the outskirts of the village, and you can see a little bit further down the road. You can see Igroff kind of hobbling forwards. I don't know if hobbling is the right word, but
Trudging.
he's making his way.
Trudging slowly.
Yeah, drudging is a very good word for it. Yeah. It almost looks like sleepwalking, but a bit more coordinated.
Is Igraf not gonna take a nap on like while we're riding?
I mean, this is just like as you're, leaving town, you see him like, off in the distance. But like you catch up to him fairly quickly,
Oh, okay.
and as when you get within a certain distance, Perseus kind of runs up and gives off a I would say a silent bark, like does the motion of a bark, but like no sound comes from it. Kind of seems to catch themselves, and kind of bumps Igroff like with their head, like Igroff's leg with their head, and then just kind of gently like bites like a piece of his shirt and just drags him towards the carriage.
Yeah,
And tries.
I'll
Yeah,
grab
Perseus.
on once I'm close enough.
Yeah, I will slow down the carriage just a bit, so you can more easily get on and continue down the road. I would like to point out, Misty has no idea which side is north, south, or whichever.
Oh, no.
She's just going
that-
forward.
That is why Percival is your waypoint.
Yeah,
As
Percival.
Igroth grabs the carriage, I'm just going to say down to him, you should hop in and try and get some rest. Both you and Misty seem to be...
Igroth is ignoring you.
Yeah, like here's the thing. Misty's the one driving. Misty also has 2 points of exhaustion, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He's like dozing off as she's like trying to drive. And we
Basically,
swerve off
yeah.
the side.
We're doing everything at
Driving, sleep
disadvantage.
deprived. Yes.
Level 2, not everything. Just saves and
Every
walking
abilities.
speed.
All ability
No,
checks.
ability checks are level 3.
Is it?
No,
No.
ability checks are level 1. You can see on D&D
Disadvantage
Beyond.
on ability checks. No, attacks and saving throws at level 3.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Attacks and saving
All-
throws are level
so
3.
that-
Ability check.
You
Yeah,
know,
sorry,
that
my
deception
apologies.
earlier, that was disadvantage. Like, everything is at disadvantage. All our ability checks are at disadvantage.
Man, I fucking play so much of exhaustion at this point. I rolled twice for fucking yeah, fucking disadvantage on fucking every single fucking roll almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I think Theodore will kind of maybe. So I think he's gonna kind of like call out like, "Are you driving okay? I feel like we're getting off course sometimes."
No. We are going perfectly fine, perfectly straight. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
The fact
you're
that you
going
say that
perfectly
makes me
straight.
realize.
The road kind of curves a bit.
The fact that you say that makes me feel like you're not telling the truth.
I am doing my best.
When was the last time you got some rest?
We're not gonna talk about that.
Do you need me to take over? Do I have to babysit you?
Excuse me, which one of us is a child? A literal
Excuse
child?
me, which one
I
of us
think I'll
is
be
leading us
fine.
up?
No, we're going fine. We're going. It's going good. It's going fine. Yeah, Misty is driving on wonderfully.
Clearly. So, as you all trudge forwards,
Forwards-ish.
forwards-ish, yeah. I would like one of you can decide amongst yourself who, to roll me a d20.
Considering me and Yimizu rolled the highest earlier.
And we're
Mars,
not,
you rolled
tired.
on that one. You can fuck off. You
Well,
can
wait,
fuck
hold on.
right off.
I mean, I'm driving. I
That
can roll
was
for
before
it.
the session even started.
I don't care for that shit. You miss
This
it.
is- This is important. Seb, are you talking about like any of us, or are you talking about some of the people specifically?
Any one person, like one person,
Okay.
roll a d20.
I think either Yimizu or Malachi on this one.
What do you guys think?
Mars rolled on that one earlier. It's not happening, buddy.
I'm driving. I'd like to know.
Also, you have exhaustion.
This is not a roll with
This
the.
is
Just
this
somebody
is
roll.
just
Just
straight
someone roll.
d20.
I don't
This is
give
just
a
roll
fuck who it is.
d20
Just
for
somebody
me.
roll.
Okay. I'll roll. D20.
There it goes.
10.
10.
10.
10.
D20. 10.
10. Let's see.
A meteorite falls down on your heads.
Oh,
You
wait,
all
yeah.
die.
Meteorite.
It starts
I'm in the
raining.
Starts pelting
Yeah,
Misty's
no.
forehead with meteors. Misty,
Miss-
watch out! Gets hit with the forehead with
Misty's
a
thing
meteor.
is meteors. Acheron's the star elf. His thing is asteroids. Like, if
Oh
Misty's
my
got the
God.
lightning, sorry.
Oh,
Igroth, if
boy.
snow starts, a blizzard just kind of encirculates him.
Okay, so you keep on moving through the rest of the day, as Igroth is having his wonderful nap, which is a bit more than just a normal nap.
I'm not having a nap. I'm attached to the side of the cart.
And we have
But
two
you're
people
holding onto
just
the side
dying
of
of
the cart the
The side
entire
of the
time.
cart. That's what I said. The entire time I am
Oh.
attached to the side of the cart.
Oh wow, I thought you went. Oh wow, okay,
Ooh.
yeah, no, he's not having a nap. He's just. Oh, wow, this dude.
How many? And 2 people have exhaustion. How great!
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, this is.
Going down into adventures.
Yeah, the day progresses as you're traveling through the winding road that cuts through the arboreal graves, and eventually the sun sets, and night descends, and you're kind of as has been for multiple times through your travels, you're kind of forced to stop the cart as the horses need to rest eventually.
I will start making us a campfire then. I'll sort of hitch Auburn on like a low hanging branch, feed them an apple, and sort of start building a campfire.
Yeah. What does the rest of you do? Do any of you help, or
I'll go looking for spare firewood for throughout the night, and I'll head off the trail. Well, head off from where we pull off the trail into what I'm assuming is hopefully wooded area and start looking around for dry branches.
Yeah, like
and
you're
wood.
still in the forest. The hill, like it's still somewhat hilly, though in this particular area it's not very extreme hills. It's just a bit uneven terrain.
Oh, fuck it. Before he does, I will very, very quickly cast light on a twig and throw it in his direction.
Oh.
You have a twig of light.
I'm just going to look over to Lucius and nod. And then head off with the twig of light.
Akron, give me survival.
Ooh.
17.
It takes you a little while, but you eventually manage to find decent firewood. You're not the most used to forests like these. Surprise, surprise, there aren't a lot of forests in the Astral Sea.
Go figure.
Yeah. I mean, there are some, but they're not like these. They're usually more wacky. But you do manage to find some decent firewood. And as he's doing that, what do the rest of you do?
I feel like Misty would be playing around with the horses and like brushing their hair with her comb that Fyodor threw at her earlier. Yeah. She'll be brushing the hair. She'll be braiding them. She'll have named the horses, even though they have already names. So we have Duffy left over, and then we have Fluffy Junior, and then we have
It's my. Hey, that's my horse. The last one's my horse. You can fuck up. That
She
was a
doesn't
personal
give a
mistake.
fuck. She sees 3 horses. She names all 3 of them.
So we have Duffy, we have Fluffy Junior,
Her
and
every single Muffy.
Duffy.
Every single
Oh.
horse in her head is a variation of Uffy something. So we have Duffy, Fluffy Junior, and Muffy.
I was thinking of Snuffy.
Oh, Snuffy! That's even better.
Oh, but what have they done to you?
We have Duffy, Muffy, and Snuffy.
My sweet summer child.
No. We have Duffy, Fluffy Junior, and and Snuffy.
I love it.
We can replace Fluffy.
It's
Or
great. I
Shane.
fucking love it.
My fucking horse. Oh, that's it.
She's brushing the hair. She's braiding it. Like putting like bow ties, like in the hair. Like she's making them pretty.
Misty, give me animal handling.
With disadvantage.
Yeah, with disadvantage because
Oh,
you're
no.
exhausted.
I hope you get
Wait.
kicked in the
First
fucking
one.
face.
First one is a natural 19. The second one is natural 19. Bitches, that is 21 total. Go fuck yourselves.
Okay. Somehow, in her sleep-deprived state, she actually manages, like the horses are, she manages to, keep them calm as she's braiding their hair and, brushing them. The horses don't seem to mind. If anything, the horses seem to be too tired themselves to really, care. Uh,
That's it. It's done. Everyone go home.
and while that's happening, what is Igrof and Fyodor doing?
Igroth's just
I
keeping a
think-
lookout.
I think because the Huron and what's it called, Lucius, are like kind of going to get like firewood or something.
Acheron's going to get firewood.
Okay.
I'm currently putting together. I'm basically
Oh,
like
you're
getting
putting
a
the fire
fire.
together.
Yeah, I'm like getting a fire circle so that when
Yeah.
he comes back, we have like this nice bonfire.
I think Theodore is gonna take a quick walk through the woods. Maybe not like too far, but just kind of through, just to have a little bit of an inspection to make sure everything's going okay. That's what he'd be doing.
Okay. See, I'm currently thinking.
Also, is there a forest map, or is
I don't have a map of the general area right around where you are right now.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Might have had one for earlier, but anyway. So you go out and fuck it. Sure. Mahas, sure.
Oh God, what's he doing?
Oh, jeez.
Oh God.
Okay. Okay. So, what do you tell him?
What?
Oh wait. Oh, okay. I misread that. Sorry. Yes, you can ignore what I've said. I'm talking to myself. I'm a crazy person. Anyway, so Theodore. Actually,
Yes.
Agroff. What is Agroff doing?
Oh,
Igor's just keeping a lookout.
Okay. I want both Theodore and Agroff to roll me perception.
Disadvantage. Lowest rolls 15.
Okay. You're keeping your eyes open. It's everything seems to be as it should be. I guess night falls on a forest. And Theodore?
yes. You need me to
Yeah, roll perception. Like
something?
I said, you're walking through the woods. Just
Oh,
having a walk.
perception.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Trying to see where that is. Oh, there it is. Perception. 15.
15. Okay. Theodore,
Yes.
as you're walking through the forest, it's getting darker rather quick as the sun fully sets. But just you're keeping close enough that the newly lit campfire, like you're able to have it in your sights as you're walking around, even though its light itself may not exactly illuminate where you're walking. And as you're walking, you feel something like you kind of you walk, you step on something, and suddenly you feel something very forcefully tugging your leg.
Oh,
I want you to give me a strength save.
strength save. Okay. saving throws. 19. Let's go.
Despite tugging like fairly forcefully, you manage to you yourself manage to keep yourself from being pulled off your feet as you notice a rope, like a rope snare, having been pulled taut around your ankle.
Oh.
And it's a bit difficult to see in the dark, but like as you can see the rope, if you had not been able to keep this fairly shoddy trap kind of grounded, you would be hanging upside down in the air right now.
Oh shit.
But said
Okay.
you were strong enough that you were able to just kind of keep it from properly swinging you up.
Yeah. I could have used my dagger to like cut through beforehand
Meh.
before it did anything.
The rope has seen better days. Actually, it's hard to tell whether it's ever seen better days. It's in that poor of a condition.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Can I look around and see if there's anything there that put this trap down? Maybe.
Roll me investigation with disadvantage as it's fairly dark around now.
That's fair. Investigation
Yes.
in skill, right?
Yes, I think so.
Disadvantage. 7. Damn.
7. It's too dark. You can't really make anything out.
Okay. Then I guess with that, he'll probably, knowing Theodore, he'd probably probably look a little further before going back.
Okay. So, I'd like for you to roll me both survival and investigation again.
Okay. Any disadvantage?
Yeah, you'll have disadvantage on both as said, it's dark.
So survival roll. Survival I got an 8. And what else was it? Did you said?
Survival and investigation.
Another investigation. Survival was 8 and investigation was 14.
Okay. As you walk around, you you keep tripping on like low-hanging branches and stuff. At one point, you kind of manage to push like a branch aside, only to have it then smack you in the face. But as you're trudging through trying to find anything, you see, or rather, you kind of feel it a bit, like you as you're trying to find your way through, you're kind of guiding your way. Like one hand, it brushes against a tree, and you feel something hanging from one of the branches. It kind of makes a slight what's the word I would look. How would I describe the? My brain is saying clinking, but I know clinking is not right on. Words, brain, the rattling. That's it.
Okay. Shit.
It's a bit too dark. You can't really see what it is, but you know that there's something hanging from one of the branches.
Mhm.
I would say that at this point, the more eagle-eyed of the people at camp would have noticed that as before you could have seen, you saw Theodore, kind of, walking around in the woods. Can't really see him anymore, either from the darkness or by the trees and stuff having blocked out where he is.
Is this for everyone else?
Yes. Like the
Okay.
others, like the more eagle-eyed of them would have noticed that. Where did Fyodor go? Like we saw him before, but now he is, off in the woods somewhere.
Like,
Lucius will be keeping an eye out for him at this point, and
Misty completely ignore the child.
I'm not surprised, but
You have the most
So, yeah.
beautiful of friendships. Quotation marks.
Lucius
Bold,
will kind
italicized.
of cast firebolt on the fire to sort of ignite it, and then once that's lit and burning, then yeah, he'd be keeping an eye out for Theodore.
Okay. So yeah, Fyodor, what do you do?
Do I not have any? Hold on, let me check my inventory. Do I not have anything for light? I have a torch.
Oh wait,
in my
Fyodor's a
inventory.
human, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a
Oh,
metahuman.
a child in the middle of the
mean,
night in
so
a forest by himself.
I have a torch in my inventory. In my backpack.
I'll be back real quick.
Could I use that?
Yeah?
Okay, then I will take out my torch. Do we want to wait for Dragon to come back if this is going to reveal anything, or?
That's a good question. Do you want us to wait? She said no, we can continue.
Okay, then I'll
So,
pull out the torch.
as you put out the torch and you, yeah. Okay, so as you go through the process of lighting your torch, it's a bit fumbling in the dark, but you manage to light it. It has a short moment of kind of blinding you for a little bit. Well, not really blinding you, but you kind of have to bring spots out of your vision as it suddenly goes from being very dark to very bright. But once you've been able to acclimate, you notice that what was hanging from the branch is how best to describe it? Think there's a bunch of small pieces of bone just hanging, almost like a wind chime, but just
Oh,
a bunch of bones hanging. Some of them have odd markings carved into them.
So,
can I inspect the markings?
Also, the rest of you would have noticed the torch being lit off in the woods. Like you would have been able to see the light from it. But yes, you can inspect the markings.
I want to inspect the markings.
Yes, roll investigation. This time without disadvantage, since you can actually see now.
A 22.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
bro.
What languages do you speak?
Oh shit. Let me check. How do I check on this thing?
It will
Languages.
be down near the bottom left.
Yeah.
Bottom left. Oh, Common and Elvish.
Okay. You have no idea what the markings might mean.
Damn. Okay.
They look to be fairly roughly carved.
Mhm.
Hi, Loki.
I think at this point, Theodore is seen what he needs to, and he's gonna go back to warn the others.
So yeah. The rest of you see Fyodor returning. Yes, Loki. You deserve pets. He's being very forceful. He really wants pets.
I found something very odd. I don't like it here.
Show me.
While inspecting through the forest, I was able to avoid a trap that was set. it was almost about to snare my foot. And then going forward, I saw bones hanging from one of the branches, and I also saw a carving on the tree, but I couldn't understand it. And I'm not sure what is going on, but it does not seem normal.
At
Take
this
me to the
point,
carving.
at this point, I'm gonna cast comprehend languages on myself.
I'm back.
So, hello, you just missed it. Do you need any
What did I
recap?
miss?
So Theodore, after missing the traps, he found dangling bones from a branch, and he found a language carved onto a tree, but he can't understand it. So he just came back and relayed the information. And
What
now,
language is it?
Igra, we don't know. I don't know. I
And
can't
Agraf has
understand it.
cast like the
Comprehend language.
Understand
comprehend
yeah.
language, and Lucius asked Theodore to
It's
bring
like-
him to the.
No, if Iggroth is taking it, then he can take it.
Okay.
There's no point two of us going
Okay,
because we're both just gonna do the same thing.
Yeah,
That's true.
pretty
So
much.
Theodore,
Because I was just gonna use my Eldritch Invocation.
before Theodore leads Lucius in, he's gonna turn to them and say, "Just watch yourselves. I'm not sure what's in these woods, but I'm not sure if it's good. Keep an eye out."
I mean,
I'm
watch
gonna draw my
yourself.
sword as well.
Yeah,
A sword?
I think Theodore will do the
Or-
same.
yeah.
Wait. I will watch the carriage. If everyone's
don't
going,
let
I
the
want
others
the
die.
carriage.
I
No,
think
I'm
only
staying, I'm
Igroth is
staying.
going.
Lucius is staying, and Akron would be staying as well.
Okay, so
Oh,
yeah,
in that case, I'll follow.
okay. But if the horses
In
die,
the
it's on your
mud-
hand.
Oh my fucking! Why would you say that? Fia, why would you say that?
I didn't say that. I said that out of character. To be fair.
Bitch.
Okay, so he's gonna lead Igroth and Misty to where the trap was, and then he's gonna, go forward, trying to avoid the branches because he has his torch so he can see.
Yeah.
And
I would
then
say,
he's
since
gonna
the
show them.
trap has been kind of triggered, but kind of broken in the way it was triggered,
Yeah.
you can all kind of, with the help of the torch, just notice that it's not a masterwork by any means. It's fairly shoddily put together. Many of the trap itself seems to be fairly new. The various components of it are not as new. They're from they're varying stages of age and well maintenance, shall we say, or rather lack thereof. And when you lead them to the tree with the the bone chimes,
The
whatever
bones.
one would call it. Question: does comprehend language let you know what language it is, or just what it means?
So the specifics are, so for the duration you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written. It takes about a minute to read one page of text.
Loki's trying to crawl the shit out of my leg.
So I can, as long as I'm touching it, I can understand exactly what is written on it.
Okay. Let's see, the literal translation. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
It's not any language any of the three of us understands.
I was gonna say, just
I
tell
mean,
me,
I-
just
I
tell
mean,
me what is written
I
on it.
understand all language.
Well,
Okay. So, Agrov, what you see is carved into the bones, the comments are on the bones themselves. You see various words that, with literal meaning of the words, since they're kind of single words on various bones. It is basically various kind of various ways of saying stay out. Like out, hours, away. And there's a couple of kind of curses. And
One just says fuck off. Yeah,
basically, yeah.
basically.
And there is the the biggest of the bone stairs simply just basically says "stay out."
It appears something.
It doesn't tell him
resides
what
here.
language.
No, it doesn't tell me what language. I can read it. Basically, it's saying stay away. And clearly, something resides here that we got a bit too close to.
Cool, totally. Yeah.
So
No
it's just a
issue
warning?
whatsoever.
What's that? And I had two people. once.
Sorry, I was just asking. He was asking if it was just like a warning.
Yeah, it's just a keep out sign.
What do you think they're hiding over there?
Who cares? I mean, it could be some hermit living here for all we know.
Plus, I'm not in the mood to go further into the dark, mysterious,
Look.
murderous forest.
In the mood or in the right headspace, considering how tired you are?
If they
Hot.
they leave us alone, we can leave them alone, and everybody's happy.
How can we be so sure?
We can't.
The trap was around.
Look, it was around their property, yes? Area that they've claimed for themselves. Yes. Totally normal. Anyone could do it. Hell, I do it sometimes. So, if they don't want people bothering them, let's not bother them.
I would like to second that motion. If whatever is living in those, and she
We'll
will
keep
say
a-
it like a bit more loudly.
We'll keep a lookout. We'll have someone on lookout for our camp. Again, if they leave us alone, we'll leave them alone.
Yes, we are not tasty at all. Whoever lives in here, although out of all of us, the most tasty is the child. If anything, just so you know. You know, she like kind of says loudly, like to the forest.
Yeah, they don't want
sorry,
someone as moldy
Theo.
and smelly as you.
I will let you know I am tasty. Probably not as tasty or delicate as a child, but still.
Igor's just gonna
I'll
walk
roll
back
his
to camp
eyes.
at this point.
Like, you'd eat the child first, but if you were still hungry, you could then go for me. It'd be fair.
I mean, yeah, honestly, like I am a
And then-
dessert. He's a main course. Let's go.
He's gonna like roll his eyes at Misty and he's gonna turn around and walk away. Hope there's like a trap on the ground for you to step on.
You fucking wish.
Man, I was really hoping for that. Anyways.
Oh my fucking god, you did not just fucking roll for that.
I did. I got a 1.
Aw.
I planned it. Let's make it 50-50. If it's 11 or up, then it will be a trap. But no.
Oh, it's not meant to be.
When Egroth gets back, I'm just gonna look up and go, so what did it turn out to be?
Well, I was
Keep
hoping
out
to
some-
talk with you whilst they got.
Oh, okay.
If that's all good. If
Hmm?
not,
Yeah, go for it.
I
Go
was
for it.
hoping
Yeah,
to
go.
something. So I'm gonna wait for them to be gone, and then I'm gonna sit next to Acheron, and I will cast Control Flames on the bonfire. And Acheron, what you're basically gonna see is, oh, you know that scene from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe where Mr. Tumnus plays his flute, and you see all the people dancing in the fire?
Oh.
Yep.
I basically do that, but with my best rendition of Astral Elves, and like a couple of shooting stars going over them, and they're just kind of dancing and celebrating.
Okay.
Just sort of something to remind you of home, I guess. And specifically, you'll see the 2 constellations in your eyes.
I'm going to sit and watch and then just turn to you, nod, and thank you.
I'll never be able to agree with what you did, whether I remember it or not. I can never condone it. But you were honest with me in a moment of weakness for both of us. And I appreciate and respect the bravery that takes, especially for someone as lost as yourself. I understand my sickness makes traveling with me difficult, but your honesty has earned my trust.
I shall endeavor not to do anything to break it, particularly not anything like I have done previously.
My lack of memory does work in your favor. I can only imagine what my feelings toward you should be. But as trust goes two ways, if there is anything I can provide or anything you would like to know, I will do my best to build that trust.
I'm the gay. So.
I know my behavior hasn't been the most adequate, however,
I didn't say gay, I said I'm gay. Well,
given the circumstances, I hope you can forgive me for how I felt like I need to be.
You are in a situation where you couldn't trust your thoughts, and everybody's information wasn't helping. As I said, I figured having it written down would help.
More than you know.
Another dimension, you mean?
It's about this point where the rest of them return to camp.
Oh, and after the child, you could also probably go for the other. There's like there's this man named Igroff. Like I don't know how like fried lizard tastes like, but after the child, I'll go for that one.
Wow.
And just like that, the moment is gone.
You're having a moment, and then you just hear coming
This
closer through
happens
the
every
woods.
session! Every session!
Some traditions
Acheron
need
has
to
a
be kept.
really...
With Acheron specifically, yeah.
Yeah!
Some
Yeah,
traditions
she's throwing
should be
everyone
kept.
under the bus.
Once
At
they
least
come
we know
back,
who we're throwing under the bus, and if we do get attacked, looks at
Once-
Misty.
once they will come back, I will shift my control flames to instead be 4 horses running through a field. Sort of like circling the fire.
It's one of
Egrot's
the
just
more
gonna go
famous
Instead of
novels.
silently
us-
back up to the cart and sit
Yeah,
on lookout.
instead of the question I was going to ask when Egroth first come back, I'm just going to look to Egroth based on what Misty is saying. So, some kind of cannibalistic warning sign or something?
It's just a keep out sign. If we leave them alone, I'm certain they'll leave us alone. It's not really going to acknowledge you. It's just gonna go back
Fair
up to the
enough.
cart.
I'm then going to look to Misty and go, you know, if you quit drawing attention to us, we're less likely to get attacked.
Misty doesn't understand the
Why
difference
would no
between life
no
and death.
Why would we get attacked? Is the question though? Like the signs were to keep people out. We're not going anywhere. We're keeping out. They shouldn't bother us. The logic
If
was
they
simple.
know that people are near the area, then maybe they'll attack. Does that make sense to your brain?
Or if they do show up, we'll say hi, have a nice chat, and we'll go separate ways.
Yes, because keep out signs really indicate that these people are friendly.
Well, it indicates that they like the privacy. That's for sure. You know, like, not everyone is out to, like, you know, be this big evil, like, oh, I'm gonna murder everyone kind of person. Come on, like, people just like their own space. What's wrong in that?
Yes, but making noise about it draws attention to yourself, like that time with that furbolg colony.
Okay, look. That one was just a mistake, and I don't know what happened anyway, so let's forget about that one. She looks the other way.
Regardless, we should probably have someone keep watch just in case.
Yeah, I'm
Except
not
Misty
doing
and Igro.
that.
I'll take first watch.
That's up to you.
If you take first watch, I will happily take the second watch after I've had my rest.
I can
course.
take
I
third
don't
if
need
you
as
need
much
me.
rest as the rest of you.
Theodore, I need you to make sure that Misty and the Dragonborn get their rest.
You got it. He's gonna look at Misty. He's gonna unsheath his sword just like slightly. This glare.
You threatened me. I was going to go to bed anyway. I am tired beyond belief. Like, I'm gonna grab my blanket and I'll walk up to Akron. I will shimmy, like sit next to him and like he's going to be in his trance. So like Missy's used to it. That's how they like
I
usually
can
did it. Like
imagine
she
Misty
just like lean
mistaking.
on his arm and like just cuddle it to his
I can
side.
imagine Misty mistaking a rock as a pillow and like putting her head down really fast
Look,
and just hitting her
and-
head really hard.
in this state, it is very possible. Yes.
It is, yeah. Hey, it would have the same effect as a really soft pillow.
I know, right? Either way, I'm out.
Yeah. So,
Good luck to you two.
as you all, well, four of you, you know, prepare for, well, not prepare, but allows, go to sleep, do the last preparations and drift off to sleep.
So,
Lucius,
do the three of us take long rests or
So, you don't need to take a watch tonight
don't.
because I will basically cover the first 4 hours
And
and then
then-
Akron will cover the next 4.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I'd like to point out, at no point did I ever say that I'm going to sleep.
Which is
Agroth
why
is
I
still
told
sitting in
Theodore
the
to
car.
make sure you go to sleep.
Oh,
But I
boy.
gave Theodore a very important mission.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Theodore hasn't done it very well.
Yeah, Theodore, how are you planning to uphold your mission?
Yes, go
Let me
on.
see.
Go on. Try to
Let's
threaten a
see.
very pissed off Dragonborn.
Oh no.
And this is how we lost a child.
Oh God.
I wonder what Lucius will think is worse, just cold-blooded murder or child murder.
I mean, listen. Someone's gonna tell Theodore what to do. It's up. Knowing Theodore, he would either listen or not listen.
True.
He's just gonna go to Igroth and be like, "Are you gonna go to sleep?"
Agroth's just
Yes.
keeping a lookout.
Oh, well, I tried my best.
That is so Theodore. I fucking love it.
Malicious compliance, eh? Open sesame. Well, I've done all I can. Anyways,
And then he's just gonna be like, "Good luck, good luck, Misty," and then just sit down.
Wait, what?
Because you said you'll like what snuggle Igroth or something,
No, I'm.
and then he'll like
I'd
fall
like to
asleep or
keep all my
something.
fingers intact. Thank you very much. I'm snuggling up to Acheron. His meditative state, Acheron, who doesn't really acknowledge anything around.
And just casts Igroth to forcefully go to sleep.
So Igrof is going to. What is the plan? Is Igrof going to stay up all night, or
Igroth will he'll keep a look at he'll probably basically take first watch.
Oh
And then
god.
he'll go to sleep.
okay? Technically, so Igrof and Lucius take first watch then. Okay.
Yeah, Lucius is gonna find like a fallen tree or a stump or something, sit down, cross his legs, and it's about time he had a conversation with somebody. And he's going to close his eyes and see if she is listening.
You well, give me a let's just make it straight wisdom.
I was worried you'd say that because I'm good at wisdom. Oh god. That's a +4. That's a 16 total.
After the final ring,
You you don't really detect anything.
I hope you've been having a lot more fun with this deal than I have. I hope my penance more than suffices. That your little puppet is dancing on his strings adequately. I've not given up, but I accept that I am fighting a losing battle. That in a way you have already won.
There is no response.
I wonder how many more years you will allow me. How many you will take away. But know this, my mistress. The pain you deal me, I expected more. And I'm going to watch the fires dance until Acheron wakes up.
Igrof, roll me perception with disadvantage
Mm-hmm.
since exhaustion.
Okay. I rolled 18 twice. So that
Wow.
is dirty 20.
Okay. You as you're looking around, you notice Lucius is seems to be very deep in thought for a moment, and then he just kind of sitting there watching the fire.
Yeah, whatever.
And as you keep a proper lookout, you look around. You notice a bit of movement, and you focus in on it, and after a while you notice that it's just a fox that's kind of lingering at the edge of your camp, kind of curiously looking at all of you. It's not really doing anything, it's just kind of, there at the edge, thinking itself hidden, just watching all of you.
Going
Other than
to
that, there's
gonna look at it, give it a little, give this fox a little salute, and go back to what I'm doing. Just looking around, keeping an eye out, keeping the camp safe.
yeah. Yeah, other than the fox, there's not really much happening for the first watch. And eventually, Acheron wakes from his meditation.
Yes, first thing I do is gently and with the care of somebody who's had to do this more than once, extricates myself from Misty.
A very like she's glued to his side, snoring to all heavens. Like she is like drool kind of going down like from her lips, just like on down her face. She just like completely like.
To be honest, the image I have is Acheron sitting there in, the kind of, cross-legged, kind of stereotypical meditation stance, and Misty is just like on her back, laying like in his lap, almost like a dog sleeping on their back, her leg occasionally twitching.
Misty is like this is like a dawn ordeal. Like they are like done this multiple times. The times they travel together, she is grown so comfortable around that cron. She doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you managed to, with the practiced ease of someone who has had to do this way too many times, you managed to pry yourself off, like, away from Misty.
Going to get up, stretch, quick prestidigitation on myself to clean robes.
Of the drool.
And then look over to Lucius and Degroth. So, anything interesting happen?
I saw how
Silence. Which is what I feared. Take care, Acheron. And I'm going to motion for Percival to go cuddle up with Misty, and then I will go sleep with Theodore.
Okay. And does Agroth go to sleep as well?
Igroth's gonna jump into the carriage and sleep in the carriage.
Okay.
Degroth's going to carefully and trying to make as little noise as possible so as to not disturb the occupants, climb onto the carriage because it'll give him the best vantage point.
You mean
Okay.
Acheron, right? Not Igroth.
Yeah, you
Oh,
accidentally
sorry.
said Agroth.
Acheron, yes. Sorry, brain.
It's fine.
Like,
It's
Igroth
all
will
there,
help.
I swear.
Igroth will help you up as he's getting down.
Yep.
So as the rest of them go to sleep, some of them first time in days. Acheron.
Yep.
Roll me perception.
13 plus 6? 13 plus 5, so 18.
Okay. You, as you look around, you, much like Igroth did before you notice a little bit of movement, and as you, turn your attention there, you see the fox, which is kind of looking right at you, and as soon as it notices you looking at it, it kind of slowly slinks away.
everyone ready for the
I'm just gonna keep a watch on where it disappeared to, and then just keep my head on a swivel and keep checking around the edge of the camp, making sure nothing interrupts.
Yep.
The rest of the
you-
party sleep until morning.
Yeah. You sit there and looking around.
I have no control of the playlist.
You
I have no control.
After-
Every once in a while, I'll use Mage Hand to, put another log on the fire to keep it burning.
It's too late. I've already started.
you look around. Nothing really much seems to happen. There's one moment where you get a little startled as a owl starts hooting like on a branch almost immediately above you. But other than that, nothing much happens during the night.
Yep.
And eventually the sun starts to rise and your companions one by one wake up. For once, I think the first time everyone was able to get a proper night's rest.
Lovely.
Which means that Misty and Igrof are back down to 1 point of exhaustion.
Ah, finally. Mm. I can't. Where did fucking pillow?
Yeah, I might have, Misty saying this completely unaware that she is currently having the wolf form of Percival in a death grip, and Loki just pushed my fucking dice off the.
He likes rolling them, okay?
No,
Don't give a
they're in
shit.
the box.
Still, doesn't matter. It's dice.
He just landed, looked down on them, and were like, "You know what? You're going down with me." Man, but yeah, you're having in proper the hug, death grip, but a hug. You just have, like I said, the wolf form of Percival.
Yeah, she's a snuggler, and she will break your bones with her 10 strength that she has.
Yeah, and she's completely oblivious to it. That she's Acheron.
Oh yeah, she's full mumbling of her pillow.
I'm gonna sigh, and upon hearing her starting to stir, I'll hop down off the carriage to start preparing breakfast over the fire.
Yeah. What do you prepare?
Basically, the equivalent of Middle Ages bacon and eggs. So basically, cutting chunks off of like a ham,
Okay.
etc., etc.
It's little side tangent. My brain was like, "Where did he get the eggs?" I mean, they were in the cloud top.
Oh my fucking god. Fucking
Uh, dubiously canon. Anyways, so instead, you all, one by one, starts to stir and wake.
I will step out of the cart and go brush Auburn.
So what does the rest of you do this morning?
Like at the smell of food, Missy just sits up like the worst bedhead, like possible. Her sticking out everywhere. She just she's just sniffing the air for food, eyes closed, like blanket like in a burrito, like all around her. Like she's not a morning person. God no.
Alright. How about Igrof and Theodore?
Mm. I think when Theodore wakes up, he's kind of gonna do some stretching. He's gonna look back into the woods and just kind of kind of just have the like wandering thought of what is over there, but then go towards the background Misty where they're cooking for breakfast, and just kind of sit down.
Okay. What about Agroff? What is his morning routine?
This morning, nothing. He's just gonna stay in the cart.
Okay. So you all have your morning breakfast. And Lucius tending to at least one of the horses.
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly make my way around. Obviously, I'm starting with my own horse because favoritism,
Favoritism, yes.
of course. But yeah, I'll clean out their horseshoes, make sure that they're fed, they're brushed and cleaned, and they feel a little bit pampered.
You'll notice all the bow ties in the hair. All, all the beautiful braids.
And I'm gonna do my best to neaten them up a little bit and make sure the horses are still presentable.
Just so you know, they're sticking out everywhere. Some of them fake, some of them thin. Like there's hair sticking to the left, to the right. The bow ties
Oh,
are
yeah.
like some of them
This
barely hanging on.
This is gonna be most of my morning. I'm very aware.
You did a
Yeah.
very poor job.
Give me a moment to set it up.
I mean, she was exhausted.
After making sure everybody else is being fed, I'm going to wander over to the carriage door and just, hey, Egroth, are you hungry?
Sort of just wave him off.
Frog, go about cleaning up the campfire and stuff.
I'll help extinguish the flames with my magic.
Misty would like suspiciously look at him with like a vampire would not have
Oh my God.
anything with the flames though. Like she's muttering like beneath her breath like and like on a tiny piece of paper. She's going to be scribbling. Maybe not a vampire.
Seb, I will let you decide. With a passive perception of 17, would I notice any of that? I'm letting you decide.
It's not very subtle.
Yeah, I was about to say, I doubt Misty would be subtle about this. She thinks she's subtle, but that is less. Actually, no, it's not that she thinks she's subtle. She thinks that since her muttering and note taking is addressed to herself, no one else is gonna notice it.
She has this very focused, like look on her face, like eyes kind of like slither like in like a bit, and she just like close to her face, just like scribbling down on the note.
Her tongue slightly
know-
sticking out one side of her mouth.
Yes.
If you have questions, you might as well ask the source. It's the first step to being a true detective.
A vampire would not admit to being a vampire. You know? I'm just doing my duty as a vampire hunter.
A vampire would have burnt up in the sunlight by now.
Well, some of them, from what I heard, can walk in the sun and probably you're half vampire, so that wouldn't count anyway.
I mean, if you really think I'm a vampire, you're welcome to stake me in the heart.
That would just kill you, period. A stake for a heart would kill anyone.
Well,
It's
then
not a
you'd
way
be
to prove
saving
anything.
you'd be saving someone else the trouble. Why not throw me into some running water?
Is that supposed to do anything?
Yes. Why not
Since
push me into
when?
sun? Why not push me into someone's home without being welcomed?
Well, that one is, that was questionable if I'm the one, pushing you into their home.
If there is traffic, we'll have to restart it because
I feel like that's a bit of a loophole that's would be
point
used in
being-
that situation.
My powers are not that of a vampire.
I made it.
It's exactly what a vampire would say. Misty just
Misty,
she turns around.
you
She walks off.
Perhaps a more pertinent question would be, how many more days travel till the capital?
Hey Seb, can you slip me the cheat sheet?
um, let's see. It would be about. Let's see. It would be about 3 to 4, depending on like delays and if you encounter anything.
About another half week's travel. And that's not taking into account any civilizations or trouble that we should meet along the way. If we want to play it safe, I'd say we prepare for at least another week on the road. And
Well then, I suggest we get to it. I doubt the natives that put up those apparent warning signs have any interest in receiving help from outside.
though it is taking a lot in me to not investigate it further.
I agree. Something just doesn't feel right about that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, I am a man of curiosities. But I would not want to delay your travel any longer than I need to. Besides, you all need to decide what you're going to do once you get to the capital.
Ah, the silence.
I mean, Yumi is talking with CJ, right?
Yeah, but we're all in the area, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I'm
Misty
pretty-
walked off. She
Where
is
did
the
you
one. I
go?
have no problem. She no, she's just walking away away from. She's specifically muttering to herself and scribbling down on the note,
Yeah,
making sure to be away.
She's convinced I'm a vampire.
Half a vampire, half vampire. She's convinced you're half vampire.
Everybody into or on the carriage except for Lucius. I believe you'll be taking your horse again.
I think it's safer for you guys that way.
Let's get on the road. And I'm going to hop up into the steering seat of the carriage.
If
Yep.
we're
Aw.
safer, we'd leave Misty on the ground.
Akron, can I ride next to you? You know,
Hmm.
I want to be with
You had to deal
Duffy
with
and
you,
Fluffy
like,
Jr.
you had to deal with you grabbing onto him and drooling all over him all night, and now you want to sit next to him again.
Well, it just so happens, Fyodor, that Akron is my best friend. You wouldn't know anything about that because you have no friends with your fucking attitude.
Hard to believe someone would want to be
Anyway.
friends with you.
I have plenty of friends, excuse you.
So I don't need friends. Waste of time and energy.
Well, just someone, who's all alone by himself and being clearly miserable.
Seems to be a bit of a pattern with you lot.
Wait, what did you just say? I think it cut out for me.
Just the isolation, the
Ah.
self-imposed individuality, the
Good point. That's a good point.
I'm noticing patterns with travelers, and well,
Well, if he smiled more, people maybe would like him more.
if people respected him more, maybe he'd smile more.
You don't. You have to earn respect. You don't.
And
You're
he
not
saved my
assuming
life.
that anyone's gonna give it to you.
He saved my life. Arguably, he saved all of our lives.
How about we focus on the mission and not derailing, talking about me
We don't really
instead?
have a mission.
I
Like
do.
we're literally just.
I have
What
to
is your
get you
mission?
to get you four to the capital safely. That's what I promised to do. From there, your future is your own.
I think I missed. Sophie, weren't we supposed to be detectives? Or wait, what do we?
That's not right now. That's like, isn't that
No,
like in the
Lucius-
future or something?
Lucius plans to fuck off once all this is done now. You'll hear from inside the
Things
capital.
change.
What now? Weren't we all supposed to go to the capital because we were planning on doing stuff together? Wasn't that the plan?
The capital is a good starting point, but
Don't recall ever agreeing.
You're not going?
I'm taking you there, but after yesterday, between everything that's gone on and my sickness, I don't think it's best that I stay.
Okay, I feel like we all need to have a discussion
I'm
about what happened.
gonna be talking as I ride. Like,
Yeah,
Just,
I assume you're all on the move
yeah.
right now.
Yeah, we're on the move.
Also, Igroth is now going to attempt to take another long rest.
Probably a good idea. Is Misty
Yeah.
going to try the same?
No. She's full in on the fucking conversation. She ain't missing this one out.
Okay.
Misty, I understand.
Oh,
And
do you now?
yes, I understand, because you thought things were going one way and now you're being told things are going the other. It's a feeling I'm very used to. And it is not a decision I make lightly, but I had a discussion with Acheron last night. And he came clean with me about everything that happened. And for that I respect him. But from my point of view, and strictly from my point of view, I cannot keep myself in a position where I don't know what's going on. My sickness makes things incredibly difficult and makes trust incredibly hard to come by. And I do not want to put you all in danger because of choices that I have made in the past. That is why I'm considering leaving.
Well, I'll let you know, mister. I don't think anyone per se hid anything from you. We did tell, like, I will take blame on this one because you were really out of it. We did tell you what happened. None of us tried to hide anything. And then again, you know, you can also ask. You know, it goes both ways. If you don't know what's happening, maybe seeking out the information would help you out, you know? You have plenty of people who you traveled here before with, but
When I'm told one thing and then someone who I don't entirely trust to begin with says another, to cover something up, something that was not discussed with anyone, if I'm rightly informed, you will understand my hesitation. I'm not necessarily saying it's right, I'm not necessarily saying that it is healthy, but it is the life I have been forced to live. As far as I can see things, Igroth planned to cover up for Acheron's actions. That's something my ailments cannot allow me to drown myself in personalities such as that. It makes me dangerous.
So, we go to capital. We divide the money and we all fuck off. That's the plan. Good, we're on the same page. And she'll she will lean against Acheron like she usually does, and she will slumber off into another long rest.
I would say as you travel through the forest along the road, it's getting a little sparser, like well, not really sparser per se, but it's become a little lighter for like not as like you're not as deep into the forest, and you let's see who is outside of the carriage. Lucius is riding his horse. Misty and Akron are sitting at the front. I assume Theodore and Egrof are inside the carriage.
Yep.
Okay. I noticed that Malachi is gone.
Malachi's muted for now.
So, I like our outside people, except for Misty, since she's attempting to sleep, to give me a persuasion check. Not persuasion, but perception. Well,
Oh damn!
I would
Horror
like to
persuading.
I'd like to persuade the wind.
I would like to persuade the universe.
Jokes on you! I can actually do that.
That is true. Yeah, perception from Akron and Lucius.
17.
25 with a nat 20.
Fuck.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, Akron, I mean, I guess it's fitting since he's sitting, at the front. Akron is the first to notice. And I see Malachi's back. Welcome back.
Hey,
Hello, Kami.
So, as you're traveling, Akron, as you're sitting in the front, you see a little bit of smoke rising above the trees. Like, not a lot, like just a little bit. And as you kind of travel further along the road, as it curves a bit, you notice on the side of the road, like once you've passed a bend in the road, you see a camp that, quite frankly, has seen better days. There's the kind of broken and almost entirely put out remains of a campfire. There's a tent that seems to have been ripped through, and two sleeping bags
Oh, fuck.
just out on the ground. There is like obvious signs of some kind of struggle.
Yep.
Lucius would have noticed it a little bit, like Lucius would not have noticed the plume of smoke, but he would like notice the camp almost immediately upon like rounding the bend.
I'm going to gently jostle Misty awake.
Yeah. What?
Possible trouble ahead, and then I'm going to basically thump on the side wall of the caravan twice and just go, Egroth, Theodore, might be trouble.
I'll scout
What?
ahead.
What?
See.
Good.
I'll scout ahead, see what I can find.
Also,
Yep.
does this carriage that we're in right now, does it have? Is it like open? Like, can we see everything outside, or is there like a
There are
cover?
windows.
Okay, because I was never sure what it looked like.
Yeah.
It has
So-
windows, so you can see.
Okay.
Like it doesn't have
I'm-
full like 360-degree vision, but there are a few windows where you can see.
And I guess Theodore is gonna put his head out the window.
I'm gonna gallop forward towards the camp.
Okay, you get forward towards the camp, where you see like the campfire has been kind of smashed, and it's no longer burning, but it's still smoking. Even if it's the very last small embers of what once was a campfire.
Okay, so would have happened either this morning or last night. I'm gonna look for clues of survivors or the assailants.
Okay, we're on investigation.
Lovely tackers. Which one? That one. That is a 16.
Okay. As you look around, you can see that the ground has been kind of turned up by like several like pairs of feet. Like, it's clear that some kind of struggle obviously happened. You're currently trying to piece together. The tent has obviously been torn through, like specifically cut through. It seems on like two separate ends of the tent. It seems to have been cut into. Whatever might have been inside the tent has been taken, as it's just a tent. Whatever was inside is
Still having,
not there. There's the two sleeping bags on the ground. I will say that you do notice like behind the tent is a bit of blood, like some blood splatter.
There a trail that goes with it, or just a single?
It's there is a bit of a trail. Like it goes further into the woods.
I'm gonna wait for the carriage.
Yeah, by this point the carriage would have arrived. And the rest of them would have been able to get a closer look at the camp.
Ooh, something didn't go right here.
Got blood. Signs of a struggle. Whatever was inside, they took it. They went deeper into the forest, but we're gonna have to leave the horses.
And
And have another casualty. Does this seem to be near the area where we camped out?
How far have we traveled, Seb?
You traveled maybe 2 hours.
Is it possible to really say? We don't know if what you found last night was a small encampment or claim over the entire forest.
Well, if we see any of those symbols that I've seen the other day, perhaps it's connected somehow.
Would make
Well,
sense.
why don't you guys check out? I mean, I imagine we're playing the rescue team right now. So why don't you guys go check it out? I can stay behind with a card, make sure that it stays where it's supposed to be staying. Unless anyone else would like to join me, but if you said there's blood and it might not be too old, there might be someone still breathing, so you'll probably need some help.
If there's an emergency, I'll send Percival.
Of course.
Then I guess Theodore is going to get out of the carriage, assuming we stopped.
Oh yeah, like
they-
after we like arrive, like we're stopped for good.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna like drag the carriage like slightly like off to the side of the road, so like we're not taking up all the space.
he's going to draw his sword, and then he's just going to, tread forth. He's just going.
Oh, well.
Yep.
He's going to follow where the blood is, and then go from there.
Lucius is right behind him.
So who are going?
Me.
I
Is
would be-
Agrath still asleep?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you woke up from Maha's banging the carriage.
With one level of exhaustion, not really.
Either way, he doesn't care.
Fair.
Alright, 3 of us then. Let's go.
Wait, who's going? Me, you, and Nakra?
Yep.
Ah,
So Misty's staying behind.
yep. Misty's gonna watch the
Yeah,
cart,
she's
and I
watching
guess
the cart.
Agrath.
She's
As-
protecting the cargo.
Hmm. So as the three of you start to follow the blood trail, you don't get very far before kind of your path is barred by a fox. A fox familiar to one of you, who noticed it started like watching you last night. As it just kind of stands there looking at all of you, like kind of, its eyes darting between the three of you. It kind of gives off a sigh, and like with its front paws, it kind of pushes off the ground, so it, like for a brief moment is like standing on its hind legs, and then just in like the span of like a second, it just grows and shifts. Its fur kind of darks into this kind of like brownish color, and before you stands a cloaked individual. Well, not really cloaked, more. Yeah, I guess it's more of a cloak than anything. A somewhat like slightly familiar individual. This is the it's robed, not cloaked. It's the robed companion of a certain Prince Charming,
Oh God.
who stands for having a look on his face like he's done with everything. And it's like, oh goody, it had to be you.
Daedalus or the other one?
This is the other one.
What's the other one's name? I forget.
You,
I don't think we ever got it.
yeah, you never really got his name.
Is everything alright?
Does it look all right? Just
Well,
to the
The
camp.
prince isn't here, so I'd imagine it's going better than expected.
I mean, yeah, but the bastards got Daedalus as well, so yay.
What's going on?
Oh well, I don't really know. I was out scouting, and when I got back this morning, just around, I noticed you all, approaching, and I decided to wait and see what you all would do. So,
Well,
what's the plan?
what?
Follow the trail and save Daedalus, I suppose. At least that's what I plan to do.
Oh, Daedalus is the one that was.
Daedalus
trouble.
was the nice one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Okay.
Yeah, Daedalus is the one with the bow.
Let's go save your friend.
He nods, and can I just one leg spins around and start following the blood trail into the forest. And I think this is a good place to end things for now.
Oh, okay.
Nice
Okay.
little
Nice.
mystery.
Ending on a cliffhanger.
Nice
I
little
like
mystery.
this session. Lots of turmoil.
Lots of
Oh,
drama.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah,
Those
for
are
sure.
cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I liked how this was a lot more roleplay than kind of like
I mean, made
combat.
sense. There was a lot of
More
things
character
happened
development.
like last session, so there were a lot of things to resolve, and a lot of those things are not fully resolved.
True. True.
I love turmoil. I love working through it. Look, it gives like the most like if people just don't become friends, like like, oh yeah, I just met you, let's be friends. Like, come on, we gotta get through shit together, otherwise it's gonna be like
Exactly.
fucking
Yeah,
shit.
that.
I was so happy. Like there was like like when you guys were talking, like when Misty was saying, like, aren't we supposed to be like detectives? And how now there's tension kind of with everyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Everyone
for
has
sure,
to,
for
Yeah.
sure.
except maybe like Akron and Lucius.